Is this book any good? Oh, yes, it is. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses, where we muse upon what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. This makes me so happy. It is the book, The Eye of the World, the first of the Wheel of Time series. Robert Jordan wrote these books from the 90s all the way up until his death, and then left behind enough material for Brandon Sanderson to finish them up. So 14 novels in total with one prequel. I am finally reading through this series for the first time. Admired from afar, because everyone was talking about the Wheel of Time. I just didn't have time for the Wheel of Time. Full disclosure, I did read The Eye of the World 25 years ago. And I didn't continue for reasons. Life happened, but I did not remember a darn thing about it. Definitely reading The Eye of the World was like reading it for the first time. The rest of them, it will absolutely be the first time. But let's go ahead and let's jump into the review. The Eye of the World centers around three young men, Rand, Matt, and Perrin. They are what they call Taviran. According to the glossary, a person around whom the wheel of time weaves all surrounding life threads, perhaps all life threads, to form a web of destiny. Dun, dun, dun. In other words, they are very, very important to what is going on in the bigger picture of the world, which is the wheel of time. It weaves a pattern. I really like the idea of the wheel of time. It reminded me a lot of different mythologies, specifically the Fates and what they are weaving, spinning our destinies. Had some touches for me of divine providence. And from what I've been told, there are many other Eastern ideas in this story. I think it's very beautiful, and Robert Jordan writes it in such an eloquent way. I also think it's interesting that in several places you will see characters knitting or doing other kind of crafting. So we have these characters that are really important to the Wheel of Time. Not going to give spoilers here because I'm really hoping that maybe people that are watching the TV show for the first time are like, either this sucks and I want to read the real story, or maybe they even like it and they're like, oh, let's see how good the book is. And then they realize how much better the book is. Let me just say, as in all fantasy, there is a big, bad, dark one who is seeking these three boys for reasons. And so they have to flee and go on this big, huge adventure. Along with them come two of their friends, Nynaeve, like the healer, the wisdom of the town, and Egwene, who one of the main characters, Rand, is supposed to marry. They're kind of destined to each other. But all this is throwing a wrench into their plans, particularly because it turns out the ladies can channel something called the true power. That reminded me of the Force. That's okay. All fantasy borrows from each other. It all spring from other wells of storytelling, myths, etc. The ones that can channel it belong to an order called Aes Sedai. Really reminded me of the way religious orders work because they have a hierarchy. They have different colors with different charisms within them, and women have to go and train to learn how to do it. One of them is a lady named Moraine. She has a traveling companion, a warder, who, of course, is more than he appears to be. So they come and find them to protect them as they go on this journey. The best thing I can say to recommend this book is when I decided to finally pick it up, I read more than 100 pages at one sitting. I could not put this book down. And once I was finished, I immediately went to the next one, which is called The Great Hunt. I am already well past 200 pages in that, and I can't wait to find out what happens next. Of course, I cannot evaluate the entire series until I am done, so get back to me in 2024 for that one. I'm sure I will not be able to finish all 14 books before then. But at this point, I can say this is a 10 out of 10. Robert Jordan is a fantastic writer. I already knew that from the Conan, but oh my gosh. He manages to do what an author needs to. Give you a compelling story that keeps you turning the pages and gives you characters you care about. I genuinely want to know that they're going to be okay. So there it is. Those are my thoughts and my review of The Eye of the World. I did do a biography of Robert Jordan, so if maybe you've read the books, but you don't know a lot about his biography, please go ahead and have a look at that. I really enjoyed doing the research, and it really made me happy to present it to you all. As always, let me know in the comments what I got right, what I got wrong, and what I may have left out, as long as it's not major spoilers from the later books. Have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, and be certain to read The Wheel of Time.